So we've been talking about feeling like super like Wonder Woman recently, right?
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
like who doesn't want to feel like Wonder Woman? Who doesn't want to feel like they can like take over and they can like take charge of their day, their home life, their career. They want to feel amazing. And so you posted this morning about Wonder Woman and you said, do you want to feel like Wonder Woman? And this was kind of, you further went into this because you recently saw a TED Talk. Who was the TED Talk with?
So the TED Talk was with Ann Cuddy, and she's a psychologist, and her credentials are all online. It's like one of the most watched TED Talks. But she just got me fired up. But not only that, I was talking with my group of moms yesterday, and we were talking about like kind of catchy things and what would drive you to get acupuncture, and what kind of words is it that you're looking for that would help you or motivate you into the clinic. And at one point we were talking about sleep, and then some of the moms were like, yeah, well, if you can make my kids sleep, like, sure, let's do that. But then I was like, well, what if you felt like Wonder Woman? And all the moms were like, yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes I feel like Wonder Woman. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? We do. And we are. But then I wanted to take it a step further today and say, like, let's just try standing in that pose. And I often catch myself standing in this pose because I feel like I need to stretch out my back. But then I'm also kind of like,
I see you in the clinic doing
I
that.
do it all the time. I do it when I'm standing around patients. And it's not to be like dominant or powerful or anything like that. It's just to feel like open and ready to receive, and also in my situation, ready to give as a practitioner. So I'm really like, I'm super aware of it right now, as body language is 99% of my practice, I think.
Okay, so hold on. So when you stand in that position like Wonder Woman, like hands on hips and like nice and straight and like feeling strong in your legs, what does that do?
It just brings me to center, and I think it brings me to just to feel something in my body.
Okay.
It
Um,
it yeah, it just helps me really align myself.
right. And based on that TED Talk with Anne, she was
Hmm.
saying that how long was it standing in the pose for how long?
2 minutes.
Two
So, and it's
minutes.
like scientifically proven, and this was what blows my mind, is
Hold
like,
on, let me finish just saying. So scientifically proven in 2 minutes, what happens is you actually release more testosterone, but
Mhm.
your cortisol actually goes down.
Yeah,
So
so
you feel
that gives
stronger, but
you,
not stimulated or riled up.
well, you feel stronger, but not aggressive, or
Yeah.
you don't feel like attacked.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So it's like you're strong, your cortisol levels are low, so you feel calm, cool, and collected. Where she talks about like the people in power that have high testosterone but also have high levels of cortisol, how they are reactive. And so having a powerful reactive person is
Hmm.
not always a good thing. You want a powerful, like,
Calm.
controlled person,
Yeah.
right? A calm person that's going to
Yeah.
make decisions, that's going to like be clear. And I think that as a practitioner, when I do that, that's what I'm really channeling, is that like
Okay.
I am making calm, clear decisions for this other person to
Yeah.
create space in a healing way, right?
Right.
So I just I I caught myself doing it yesterday, and then I stumbled across this today, and I was
Hmm.
just like, whoa, this is so powerful. And I had a conversation with someone yesterday very specifically about how important it is as practitioners that we show and practice what we preach, right? And
Right.
I'm on this massive healing journey like every other practitioner in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find it so powerful. And plus, all of this change, as your patient is sitting there waiting for all this change to happen, as a practitioner, when you're trying to make all this change happen for a person, or you're facilitating this change for a person, it's uncomfortable, right? Like,
Hmm.
at the best of times. And I
Yeah.
think as practitioners, if you're not feeling uncomfortable, you need to check yourself,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
in order to heal, in order to succeed, you need to feel uncomfortable,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, and the thing
So,
is so if we want, if we want to offer our patients and the people that come to the clinic that feeling of being Wonder Woman, I mean, one way is definitely at home, like try that stance, like try to integrate it within your day. But in terms of acupuncture, coming into the village, into our clinic, into a shared space, we are also putting you in a new pose. And that pose and that stance is of one of wanting to heal, wanting to become stronger, and wanting the support of that practitioner and that space in order to help you get there.
And that's just it. Like, right, when people are lying on their backs or sitting in the chairs, their hands are up most of the time, or their, you know, their feet are up, their chest is up, and they're looking up, their chin is up. That's just a powerful position.
It is,
of wanting to receive. So when the room is full, imagine all of that receiving power that happens. Like 8 people packed in a room with 1 or 2 practitioners floating around, watching all this power happen is fascinating, right?
And you get to benefit.
Energizing.
And you get to benefit. Like it's like going to a concert or going to a sports game. Like, you know, are you going to have as good a time when your favorite team wins and you're the only person in the stands? Or what are you going to feel when 10,000 people are like jumping up on their chair and celebrating like the best thing that's ever happened in their life? Like, you can feel that energy, and it's no different in the community setting.
And it's so fascinating because you literally, when people stand up from their treatment, they're like, oh, they're in this like acu high or this blissful acu state. And they're just like, I feel so amazing. And I'm like, yeah. And so do the 7 other people around you. Thanks to you, like feeling and changing and allowing for us to help facilitate your change. Right. So I find it like so incredibly powerful that we just have tiny little tools. We're just acupuncturists. Which in and of itself is a funny thing because we stick needles in people for a living, but you know, that's besides the point. That's a whole other story. But yeah, I find it so incredibly fascinating and powerful that your body language can just say so much about you.
Absolutely. And if you want to feel like Wonder Woman, I think one of the best places to start is come in and see us for treatment.
Or Superman. Superman has that pretty powerful pose too.
Okay. Okay, great. Thanks, Sarah. Good
Bye.
talking about this, and we'll talk next time.